Hey, what's up there, everybody? How are you doing today? I hope you are doing swell. Well, today, in this episode, I'm gonna be smoking weed and talking about cleaning up my act. And as a suiting, fittable suit, I have a clean bong for this episode. Look at that. Would you look at that? I just probably spent the last, maybe half an hour on this. Good while. And hey, we're talking about cleaning up. I showered, brushed my teeth, cleaned my room, cleaned the bong today. I went all above and beyond. I even got the bed made nice, so it's a good background for the video. Not just so it's a good background for the video, but y'all can see it. Vacuumed, but I forgot to shave the unibrow. So if I look a little wild because of the unibrow, or you notice the unibrow, I'm pointing it out, okay? I'm pointing it out. I also know the haircut looks a little wild nowadays. It looks short on the top and long on the sides just because that's my hair's thinner, so that's just how it appears. And maybe that's just maybe I just got less hair on top. Who the fuck knows? But either way, we're getting to it. We're getting down and dirty in this video, except we're not getting down and dirty. We're getting up and we're getting clean, motherfuckers, in many senses of the word. So yeah, I got the nice clean bong. Fresh clean all the way down. Look at that. Hold on, let me give you a good panoramic shot. Gotta raise it up a little bit more. Alright. Give it a little rotation. I don't think this is panoramic, but you get the gist. Even the bowl piece and the down stem, everything's clean down to the T. Takes a while, especially these kinds of bowl pieces. If y'all have one, you understand. Where it's got the glass screen in it. It's got three. This one's got 3 holes, and it's a very thin 14 mil bowl with a broken end, little cracked end, little chipped end piece right there. So when I smoke a whole lot, this clogs up very quickly. The holes clog up very quickly. And then just beyond the holes, a bunch of resin builds up around it and it gets tough to get to. And once it gets rezzed up, you can't see inside of it. You got to use some sort of paper clip or something to get up in there and scrape that stuff out. And that's what took me most of the time in cleaning this goddamn bong. The bong and the down stem probably took like 15, 20, if that. No, it probably took like 10 minutes, 15 minutes maybe. This took the rest. These things be a little annoying sometimes, but it's nice and clean now. I'm ready to rock. I've been trying to lay off the weed a little bit too recently. I can't lie. I can't lie to y'all. Hold on, let me wipe the camera off. It's looking a little dirty. I want to scratch it, but that looks a lot better. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. Look how clear I am. Just from that. Let me triple check. I just want to make sure this is nice and clear. I think we're okay. I don't see any more smudges on there. That is how you feel me looking into your soul for a second. But, oh yeah, I've been trying to lay off the weed a little bit more recently. I've been trying to clean up my act because, you know, I want big beautiful houses, big beautiful women around me in a few years, and I want to be very I want to be financially balls deep. And I think my weed and caffeine habits and my physical habits, such as pornography, playing video games too much, having a bad relationship with the food that I eat, all these things are kind of slowing me down to get into the big beautiful houses and the big beautiful women and going to travel the world and stuff and doing the stuff that I want to do and being able to create beautiful music and videos and stuff like this for you guys. I feel like I could expedite the process if I cut out some of the things that kind of slow me down or get in the way of doing the other things that I want to do. Because it's not like I like sugary sweets for a reason. I like smoking weed for a reason. I like drinking coffee for a reason. And I like schmanking my pank for a reason. So it's not like I'm completely just kicking these things out of my life and waking up one day and just being like, I'm gonna eat apples and fucking train for a marathon. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to be like act like this is a New Year's resolution and I'm gonna, new year, new me, I'm gonna completely revamp myself overnight, and then in a week I'm going to realize that that's unrealistic and completely fall back into my old ways times 10. That's not what I'm doing, because I don't want to fall back into eating junk food, going crazy on the caffeine and weed all the time, psychedelics. Not that psychedelics I feel like are a problem. I feel like the way that I've used them over the years has been massively beneficial for me personally in the way that I've used them personally. But one of the things that I have learned on psychedelics was that I don't need the psychedelics. I don't need anything, especially the weed. And the weed has a physical impact on my body and my lungs just from me smoking it. Let alone let's imagine there's a world where weed does nothing to your brain, does nothing to your brain as a child, and does nothing to your productivity or your neural pathways and the stuff that keeps you doing the things that you got to do and need to do every single day. Let's say there was no mental repercussions from smoking weed. There's still physical repercussions. You're still smoking something. That still gets into your lungs, and that still impedes with your lungs' natural process. If you have asthma and you decide to smoke boatloads of weed, it might be a little tough. I'm not saying it's impossible. People do it. I know it exists, but you're not particularly doing your asthma lungs any favors by putting smoke in them. And that's not to say that it's only with people with asthma. That's in general. You're not doing your lungs any favors by blowing smoke in them. You know, and that's why stoners generally opt for higher quality products, cleaner products, organic products, and stuff that is as minimally damaging to their body as they possibly can. Because if you're smoking weed every single day, you're not going to want someone's backyard weed that gives you like gives you like chest pains every time you smoke it. Obviously not. You're gonna pay a little bit extra for the stuff that you can actually smoke every day and not have it be super unpleasant. Because obviously, if you smoked enough weed, there's a type of weed out there that's just a little too unpleasant to be smoking every single day. You know, some people are a little different than others. Some people are they got more seasoned lungs. Some people got tougher lungs, baby lungs, if you will. Some people got Some people smoke cigarettes. Like, some people got asthma. It just happens. And yeah, basically, I want to slow down and potentially even stop smoking weed at some point, because it's just the other things that I want to do, see, feel, and experience in my life. I feel I could get there even quicker if I don't have anything in the way slowing me down or controlling me during that time, me getting there. Like, basically, if I want the big beautiful houses, the big beautiful women, the big beautiful deep pockets, I might have to, or to get there quicker, I might have to make some sacrifices. And like, doing some stuff like that, it's not going to be pretty angels and rainbows the whole way there. It's all pretty angels, rainbows, and big beautiful women at the end. But at the beginning and during, on the trail to there, there's a whole lot of dangers. There's a whole lot of obstacles. There's a whole lot of roadblocks. Which reminded me of the DJ Khaled video. Him crashing the go-kart or the golf cart. Roadblocks. If I'm editing this and I catch that, put that in. Give them an example. Roadblocks. But yeah, I think I could get to where I want to be quicker if I can put down the things that make me feel really good for a little bit. Like, if I can pause some of the fun now, I think I can multiply my fun in years, just based off of, I don't know. I'm trying to plant these seeds of success and fucking beauty and self-discipline and big bald McGee fucking master human. I don't know. I'm just, I basically, I'm in a decent garden right now. I'm in a decent garden in life. There's some pretty flowers and plants around me. It smells nice, it's sunny, it's warm. But I want an apple tree and a peach tree and a blueberry bush and a blackberry bush and some potatoes. I want to expand my garden. I want some more plants and some more fruits of my labor to eat in a couple years from now. My future, I want my future to be bright. I want my future garden to be 10 times as big and 10 times as beautiful as it is now, because it's already big and beautiful, like those big beautiful houses and women. But what was I gonna say? But I could make it even bigger and more beautifuler. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm planting the peach tree seeds, planting the blueberry seeds. I'm getting the blackberry seeds next week, and I'm planting those, and I'm watering those, and I'm fertilizing those, and I'm putting organic kitchen scraps and stuff and compost and growth enhancers and nutrients and minerals and all this stuff back into my garden, so in a couple years I can have a even more beautiful garden, turn that motherfucker into a farm. That's where I'm at. That's how I'm feeling. Things are great, things are beautiful, but because of that, because I have the ability to go out and get more seeds and water them motherfuckers, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to expand my garden. I'm planting those seeds. I'm planting those seeds today, tomorrow, next week, the week after that, and I'm watering them, fertilizing them, nutrienting them, putting minerals and vitamins and growth enhancers in them, and a whole lot of love. And before I know it, my garden's gonna be huge and beautiful. And that's basically it. I think I've made my analogy clear. I think I've earned myself a bong rip after all that talking. And I think most of y'all watching this video, if you're smoking along with me, are probably like, when's this motherfucker gonna smoke for the first time in this video? I thought it was a smoking video. I just poured water on myself. And yes, it is a smoking video. But it's a smoking video where I talk in the video about myself not smoking in the future, which is weird. It's trippy. It's weird. But I'm breaking the mold. I'm sure there's been weed YouTubers that have stopped smoking weed before and documented it, and I wouldn't even consider myself a weed YouTuber, but I'm still breaking the mold. Damn, I've been talking for 16 minutes, haven't even smoked yet. That's another reason. I can talk my fucking ass off when I'm not smoking weed. When I don't smoke weed, I am an ADHD, insane, fucking hyperactive, juiced balls ass motherfucker. My balls have 6 packs. But yeah, one step at a time. Today's my first day no coffee in a long time. So we're starting no coffee. I'm starting no coffee. I was going to do no coffee, no weed today. See how long I could go with that. But I'm thinking it might be a little bit easier if I start no coffee. Then once I'm not really craving the coffee, I will either cut down or completely remove the weed. And in the meantime, replace the free time that I have, because I'm not employed or anything. I have a lot of free time. Replace that free time with productive stuff like making videos, making music, going on bike rides, going on walks, hanging out with my cats, reading a book, whatever I can do that isn't substituting my addiction for another. Because I am addicted. I will say that I am most definitely addicted to weed. Most mornings for a long time, I would wake up and the first thing that I'd think about is coffee and bong. And for a long time, I would go sometimes days without brushing my teeth or showering because I was just sitting around smoking weed, playing video games, and doing all sorts of dumb stuff. Not necessarily saying that those are dumb, but I'm not saying those are dumb at all. But sure as hell wasn't productive, especially in the way that I was using them. The relationship that I had with a lot of things for a long time was very unhealthy, and I'm starting to get myself to a healthier point, and that's all we really can do. All we really can do is try, and I know that I want it, and that's where I'm going. I'm on the road. What the road's gonna look like and how my car's gonna do on the road, I don't know. I might lose my fucking transmission, might lose my back left fucking tire on the highway, but we'll deal with that when we get to it, if it happens. We're just driving on the road right now. Got the radio on. Windows cracked halfway down. It's a nice day. It's getting... Yeah. I'm gonna take the bong rip. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and joining me on this journey. I'm excited. And I genuinely haven't been for a long time. I've been struggling to feel excitement for a long time. I think largely That's due to um, my substance use and my relationship with the things that I do, and my relationship with food and whatnot, coffee, weed, porn, all that stuff, video games. And I'm finally getting to a point where I can make a change, actually make a step. Because for a long time I knew I was aware, but I wasn't willing to make a change. Now I'm actually willing to make a change, but I have to do it. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I gotta do it strategically. I don't want to just go balls deep and try to do too much at once, because sometimes you can do that, burn yourself out, and then you'll end up even lower than you started in the first place. And that's not what I want to do. Regressing is not what I want to do. Burning myself out and falling back is not what I want to do. I have no problem if the change is slow, as long as I'm making change and it is progress. That's all that matters. Slow growth is still growth. Bamboo grows really slow. I think like the first few years of it growing, it's just growing downwards, growing its roots into the ground, and it doesn't even grow that much out of the ground. And then the last few years, it skyrockets. It grows a shit ton out of the ground because it's got all these big, beautiful roots below the ground. You gotta grow your roots, man. You gotta grow your roots before you can grow your stalks. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Look at that purple flame reflection. That's cool. Look at that light refraction. That's pretty. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna get ripping. That's pretty much it. That's all I gotta say. I bet y'all are waiting. This time, let's just go for it. Let's just freaking go for it, man. I was stale. I knew, or I didn't know. I knew earlier that because I waited so long to smoke today, that bong rip was going to smack. What I didn't know is that while I was packing it, I forgot and underestimated the fuck out of how that would feel. not just feel, but more my lungs. That just punched so hard. And then that little bit at the end of that stale smoke just like I don't know what it is, but something about stale smoke is just really, it feels like it takes twice as long for your lungs to get it out. And it's twice as harsh and it tastes gross. And yeah, I had to just sit down for a sec cuz I got like dab sweats there, but it wasn't a dab. There was no dabs in that. That was a decent sized rip though. Like I packed that a little too big for my first rip on a normal day. I don't know what I was thinking there. Well, at least now I know. Jesus Christ. That was ridiculous. That had me stuck for a sec. Hope it was entertaining. Because it sure was unpleasant. Oh, I just got smoke in my stomach. I just burped some up. Man. No, I'm getting cold again. I can put this back on. I thought about opening my window. I'm glad I didn't, because it's a little chilly outside today. And it's a pain in the ass to close that window. So when you open a window, it usually stays. Like you open it to a certain amount and it stays right there. Stays open right where you left it. My window doesn't have the mechanism properly installed. It's like fucked up. So when I open it, when I undo like the window locks, like the little latches on like the middle pane, if that makes sense. Like if a window is 2 squares, 1 square on top, 1 square in the middle, that line in between, the little window locks in between, little metal window locks. When I undo those, the top one that's sitting up there just falls down. So I have to like hold it up, undo the window latches, and then slowly bring it down to open my window. And then to shut it, I have to pick it up with like lift it up, because it doesn't help me at all. And then I have to get my fingers under the little, like where the wood meets the glass, and then I have to close it as fast as I can, or not as fast as I can, but pretty hard, enough so that it bounces off the like plastic that it goes into and gets into the little groove, so I can lock the window locks to keep it shut. Because if I push it too far forward, the window like pops out and wants to like come out of the frame, so it won't go in properly when I push it all the way up. Or I have to lift up both panes, which is a pain in the ass, because I have to hold the top one and then lift the bottom one to meet the top one. And these are large. This is a full-size window. These are full-size windows, 2-pane windows. So I'm lifting up these glass panes with my arms. It's a little gorilla-y window. I have to gorilla handle the windows, you know what I'm saying? It's probably confusing how I just told you, but maybe if I remember, or in a future video or something, if I remember, I'll put it in this one, but it's a good chance I'll forget. I'll when I open my window later, because I don't want to do it now. It's a pain in the ass, and it's cold outside. when I do it later and open my window, or when I open my window later, I'll take a video for demonstration. So yeah, glad it didn't open my window though, because now I'm warm. I've got the cotton flannel back on, even though that makes no sense. The cotton shirt, you know what I'm saying? The Sir Man guy shirt. Yeah. I mean, we've been on for 30 minutes. I I was thinking about taking another bong rip, but I might be high enough, dude. Call me a pussy, call me a lightweight, call me baby lungs, dude. I don't care. I have HPPD. I can't see properly after smoking too much. Fuck off. Okay. I'm trying to slow down. So, a little bit of this good ass weed does me in pretty good. And as a matter of fact, because one is a weird number, I'll take one more little bong rip. But I don't know. That's me giving into my own peer pressure. I don't even know what to say about that. I don't have anything to defend myself. It is kind of silly. I am trying to slow down on weed, continuing to smoke more weed. For the content, though, I guess. Content. Fuck that word. I don't even know why I used that word. Piss balls. I store my piss in my balls. You can too if you believe. Big ball peppers. Big ball steppers. Yeah. What's up? What's up? What the fuck is up? What the fuck is Fuck. That sounded like a moan, damn. I get that, like, I don't even know. I don't have an explanation for that. That was like just a moan. Shit. I'm getting real with it today. Oh, okay. See, now look. I almost... It's not that much. Doesn't look like that much. But it, for me right now, I packed a little bit more than this last time. Why did I pack this much? That is the question. Why did I pack this much? I should have packed half. But I'm not one to take the weed out of the bowl once it's already in it. So I'm gonna put this into my bong and smoke it. Okay. Piss balls reporting for duty. Professor Balls. Dr. Balls. Doctor Who Balls. Who balls? Who balls? Who balls? That's the real question, and if you got the answer, drop it in the comments. I'm gonna take this last rip and then get out of here. I hope you guys had a splendid time. I hope you enjoyed your time with me. And, damn, we've been going for 37, 34, 35, 36. Okay, that's it. Hope you all have a good one. Or a bad one. I don't know. Do I have a lazy eye? Do I have a fucking lazy eye? I swear to God. One eye was slightly more squinted than the other. I could have a lazy eye. Or maybe not. I do. When I got my eyes checked years ago, I did have one eye that was 20/20. Like perfect vision, and then one eye that wasn't 20/20. It was like a little like a little, what's it, little weak or whatever. So maybe I do have, not, I don't know if it would even be a lazy eye, because a lazy eye is when it's not even looking perfectly straight, right? It's when it kind of drifts. I don't know. But I definitely squint uneven. That is trippy. Because my eyes are probably squinting a little bit to focus, but one eye needs to squint more or less because it doesn't have the same lens structure. They're different. I am high. I'm high noticing how much I'm squinting per eye. Jeez. I should probably get on out of here. We've been here 20 minutes. Oh, jeez. It's gonna be a long episode, but I mean, I guess this is like a podcast now. Am I a podcaster now? I don't know. I don't know if I do like podcasts. Why am I speaking like this? I do like podcast. Damn, I get high and start speaking with accents and shit too. It happens. I'm looking at myself in the camera too, and it's very... it's tripping me out. I gotta minimize OBS. Here, I'm looking at Joey Diaz's face now. I'm just not gonna look at the screen or up. I'm just looking at my background now, the green dog meme. What was I gonna say? I was gonna smoke, but I don't even know if I need to anymore. Honestly. Oh. My heart feel like it just ached for a second. Fuck. What was I gonna say? I completely forgot. Yeah, I'm gonna smoke this and then get out of here. But to be fair, I feel like might not be the greatest idea. I mean, we're here. We're already here. So I will. But I'm gonna sip some water first. Because I'm a little parched. I can see why people get very anxious on weed. Or getting high. The The more I smokington, especially after all the years that I've drank a lot of coffee with smoke, or not years. I mean, might be getting close to it now, but it's really like in the past year, past year or two, I've been drinking a lot of coffee. And then I never stopped smoking weed. If anything, I might have started smoking a little bit more. I think I like slowed down and sped up in waves since I picked up coffee. And now I'm trying to just not drink it at all. Because it's had a good hold on me for a while. And it adds to the anxious and paranoid feelings and delusions that I experience sometimes on weed, and even like acid or mushrooms, but I do those much more spaced out. But I feel even if I do those and I've drank coffee earlier in the day, it feels a lot more anxious, or I feel a lot more anxious feelings than I remember in the past. Than I remember feeling in the past just being on like mushrooms. So, but yeah, that's something that I'm like I'm probably not gonna do any of those for a good while, and like probably years, honestly, because I've dipped my toe in psychedelic waters a good bit for the past few years, and I don't really want to push my brain too hard, you know? And even on a mystical, spiritual level, the psychedelics or my subconscious, I've gone through many conversations in trips, and I've literally heard either from myself or from the psychedelics that you don't need this, you don't need me, I'm already with you now. And even the weed, like you can feel how like notice how much less oxygen you can breathe in when trying to take a deep breath or a couple deep breaths after smoking versus after not having smoked for a few hours. And like if I go on a walk and I haven't smoked all day, or I haven't smoked for a few hours or something, I can notice my lungs noticeably clearer and cleaner. I can breathe more oxygen, and oxygen feels really good when it's good, fresh oxygen, and when it smells good. So, so yeah, that kind of made me uncomfortable on some trips while smoking, because I've noticed the effects of the weed in my lungs were amplified, and I felt like at times I couldn't breathe in as much air as I wanted to, because my lungs just felt kind of heavy. And they probably were. They were probably pretty resined up, and they probably are now. I mean, you can imagine I had to clean my bong today because it was very dirty, and the color of it was very thick yellow, orange, and then getting to a brown color after it built up and solidified enough. And you could imagine that your lungs, or what gets into your lungs and builds up into your lungs, looks the same, because it's exactly what's going through the bong. It would have gone into your lungs had it not gone through the water first. But that's not a cure-all. There's still everything there's still stuff in the smoke that gets into your lungs. It's not like a carbon filter. And if it was a carbon filter, or like a super, like a filter made to filter out all the bad stuff that could potentially harm your lungs in the smoke, then you wouldn't get any smoke at all. So the it's, yeah, there's no way around that. That's just physics. You smoketh the gas, whatever in the gas is gonna stick to your lungs and your esophagus and stuff, just like it sticks to the bong. If I take a big enough bong rip, I'll get like light brown resin like marks on my lips, like on the edges of my lips, and I can wipe it off on my hand and see it from the smoke. And that's after it goes through the water. So you can only imagine what goes into my lungs looks the same. And it smells good and it's tasty, but it's not really effective for your lungs that want one thing. That's clean oxygen. So after or at some point you're pushing it, you know? At some point your lungs are not going to want to do that. Unless maybe you start smoking at like late in life and you die from something else before your lungs even have a chance to give out. But still, I wouldn't really bank on that, you know. It's good to keep everything in working order before it goes out on us. Like, we don't necessarily want to drive our cars until it falls apart on us, until a wheel falls off, or until the goddamn car blows up, or like we get stranded somewhere and it breaks down. Generally, if we have the warning signs, we'll get it. If we get the check engine light or something, or an error on our little car computer, we'll fix it before it causes us an issue, a further issue, or before it completely breaks down on us. Same thing with our bodies. If we get the warning signs, then we should fix whatever we gotta fix before it gives out on us. You know? But yeah, I've been talking for a long time, and I got this bong rip here still, and I said I was going to rip it, so I'm going to rip it, and it's already packed, and fuck it. But you will see slowly, progressively, and as you can probably already see, I am having a bit of a change of heart and mind on at least my relationship with this stuff. And, you know, everybody's different. Everybody has different scenarios and different bodies and different brains and different pasts and histories, and literally everybody's different in every way possible. So, and weed in many ways has been great for me, but it also has, especially more recently, had more cons that outweighs the pros, so I'm choosing to lay off of it so I can do other things without any extra challenges or any extra difficulty. Basically, I'm trying to lock in, get shit done, get shit taken care of, and it's really hard for me right now in my life to be able to do that while stoned all the time. So, yeah. Like I said, I don't even know if I'm completely cutting it out. Probably temporarily, but we'll see what happens. And by temporarily, that could be weeks, months, years. I have no idea, but we'll find out. That's for sure. Definitely, I'm going to try for at least months coming up soon. My goal is to slow down completely to a stop. Like, slow down fairly quickly to a stop very soon, and take a good break for at least a few months, maybe more, and really just focus on other things. And then, yeah, see how I'm feeling by the end of that. Because I might not want to come back to it. I might want to come back to it. We'll see. But the way I'm feeling right now is I've been shown that life is amazing and the world is beautiful, and I want to indulge in it and explore and create and do a whole bunch of stuff. I want to get more involved with the things and the people around me, whether it be close or far. I want to travel and do all sorts of shit. And I think be easier for me to do what I want to do and know exactly what I want to do, and to be able to be as efficient and quick and as on it as possible if I'm not like craving anything, if I'm not being controlled by anything, if I'm not addicted to anything. Like traveling for an example, there's plenty of countries that I can't get weed at. There's like, traveling with addictions isn't fun. I don't want to be addicted to something all my life, or even for a large portion of it. In fact, I've already been for a large or decent portion of it. Maybe large depends how you look at it. But yeah, I just want to explore other stuff. There's a lot more for me out there than just getting whacked, and I know that. So I'm doing that. But I'm ripping this right now, right here. But the future might not look quite like this. Appreciate y'all for joining me. And yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope you had a good time. And yeah, that's really it. I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm going to try to get back with this pretty regularly. Might be doing some outdoor videos. Might be doing some different shit. We'll see. We'll come along with me and you shall see my wiggly pee-pee. Cheers. Catch y'all later. Okay, yeah, that one did quite hurt as bad. Catch y'all later. Peace.